2, 3, action. All right, everybody, welcome to the special episode 3 Halloween version of our podcast that has yet to be titled. We're your hosts. This is Andy, Woody, as we affectionately call him. Woody. And I'm Brian. Andy is your birth name, right?
Andrew is my birth name. And by the way, can I just say this real quick? I ordered a Rogan sandwich today, Rogan's Corner. It's amazing. If you're in Ithaca, New York, you need to check out Rogan's Corner because they have iconic deals. And it's in a Dandy, which is a gas station, but for some reason, it's been going strong for 55 years, something like that. And I ordered a bomber. Do you know what a bomber is?
I've heard of it.
Okay, yeah. It's an amazing sandwich. It's blue cheese, steak, all crushed up, which is not good graded steak, but it's good enough. And like a chicken patty and cheese. Anyway, I bring up that because of Andrew. She goes, pick up. What's the name? I go, Andrew. And I shit you not. Like, this is a person.
Did you look at her like that? Did you go?
No. This was on the
Andrew.
This was over the phone, and I did. She wanted to know how I spelled Andrew. I'm dead serious. So you cannot make this up. And in my mind, I was like, this person is able to
There was a
vote.
Major League Baseball player named Andrew Jones, and he spelled the Andruw. So you never know she was a fan that it made her second guess Andrew for the rest of her life. One guy ruins it for everybody.
No. I don't even like that you know that because it's just like yes, Andrew. And there's no other way.
Okay.
I guess you proved me wrong, but no, this woman had no clue. She was just, that's who we have in this world as people. And they can vote, remember.
So this is how we're starting the episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess. You never know how we're going to start this episode.
I thought maybe a normal way to start would be a dress that we are not wearing normal clothes. This is the Halloween version.
Halloween episode.
Can you talk about your costume a little bit?
Yeah, so this is a Wolverine costume, and I thought I had the mask. I don't, obviously, and I did have claws.
It would have been distracting if you had the mask and the claws would have made it tough to host a podcast.
Yeah, we could have done it, but yeah, I mean, why not? It's happy Halloween.
You got a great body.
Thank you. I've been working out.
Yeah. Are you wearing a cup?
No cup. This is all natural.
That's all natural?
Yeah, and stop looking down.
It's a little distracting.
Get out of here. What do you got on?
I'm a 1920s gangster. I went to a murder mystery party last Friday. We could talk about it if you want, or we don't have to. But
yeah, I definitely want to dive
went
in.
to a murder mystery party on Friday. I go to every year. This is the third year that I went, and I do horribly every year. You have to guess who the murderer is.
Yes.
And I must admit I play too hard. And it usually comes back to bite me in the ass. And I don't really know the people that go to this party. I was invited as hey, we need an extra person.
You're the extra.
And I invite myself basically every year. And I say, hey, am I coming again? They're like, yeah. Like I was a filling guy one year, and I make sure that they invite me back every year. And I don't really know any of the people.
That's the best to do it that way though, because no pressure, and you can just get drunk and.
Well, the first year, I think I felt self-conscious that I didn't know anybody, and they all knew each other.
Yeah.
And I said, well, if I don't know anybody, I'm going to play 1,000%.
Yes.
And I was pulling people who I just met 10 minutes prior, only knew them by their character names. They only knew me by my character name, so I feel like I had nothing to lose. I was pulling people into private rooms. I was starting alliances, which is above NBA.
That's
it goes
Survivor.
Outside. It was.
Which you love.
This was in the peak of my Survivor fandom. I was really into the season that was on that year, and I was like, whenever I watch Survivor, I imagine I'm playing, and when the episode's over, I rethink how all the players. So I keep having to play with this little chain, trying to get it to stick to my button.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just listening, he's trying to have a fake gold chain.
No one's just listening, by the way.
Yeah. People are just listening. Okay. But a fake chain that should have a pocket.
Can we move on?
A pocket clock.
Can we move on? Okay. Well, I'll just let it hang.
And it doesn't. No pocket.
So anyway, Survivor. I rethink the episode. I think how I would have played it. So I used this part. I was like, oh. Because I'd never done a murder mystery before. I was like, this is Survivor. And it's not at all.
No.
And I was turning people against each other. I was pulling someone into the private room like,
you
hey.
ruined the game.
And I was saying, they're coming after you. And I said they came up to me and they said that they think like all this stuff, and they're like, really? And so I'm bringing them into my level of this game. So everyone got way into it, and the host was like, he's ruining the whole game.
Yeah,
like,
you got
this is
people
not,
divided.
You guys have specific objectives, and it's supposed to keep it. It's supposed to be fun. And I think I turned some friends against each other too.
They're not friends anymore.
Probably not. I haven't seen a lot of those people at the park. I think it's dwindled down into a new crew every year, and I think because I ruined it for a lot of people.
Wait, so I have a question. So you guess who the murderer is, right? That's the essence of the game after you play it?
That's secondary to fulfilling your character's objectives to just keep the game moving forward.
Right.
And at the end, you're supposed to guess the murderer, and I didn't. I don't even think I ended up guessing the murderer. I think I just
that's
had.
The only
I had this.
That's the
I
only
was
goal.
literally just stirring this whole pot, just to have it
gosh.
be my world. And yeah, I've toned it back a little since then because people.
Yeah.
There were some comments
Yeah.
that I heard through the grapevine afterwards.
Like basically, like you get a list, or not a list, but like an objective thing of what your character is and does.
Yep.
And you were tampering with the game itself.
Yep.
Turning people. Oh, jeez.
So my character, I was a mob boss.
That's brutal.
And I was the South Side mob boss, and there was a North Side mob boss, and my job was to. He was the top guy, and I'm an up and coming guy.
You didn't like that.
Gabe put a chip on my shoulder, I'll tell you that. And I was, trying to get people to take him down, and he was the guy that was murdered.
Oh shit.
And so it was so cool because in the beginning, no one really wanted to give me much time of day because I wasn't that important.
Yeah,
and then after he died,
a
everyone
henchman.
knew that I was the top guy. So I'm in this room, and all these people are approaching me, and I ate it all up. And I'm sitting,
Godfather
like my
pose.
stance changed in my chair. I was like leaning back. I'm like, oh, hey, you want to talk to me too, huh, Susie? Huh, convenient. Want to talk to me before? Like everyone's approaching me.
Yeah.
And they saw that I was eating up, and I think they were thinking in their head, like, dude, relax. It's a fucking game. Like, we don't actually really want to come talk to you.
There's always that one guy that can't get in character.
Yeah.
And so you destroyed it.
Anyway, that was my Friday night. What did you do?
Happy Halloween. I mean, that happens every Halloween?
Yeah, for the past 3 years, yeah.
Oh, nice. What did I do? So I had a 14 parlay for gambling.
Oh, gambling. Okay.
Yeah. So
we talked about gambling last episode, too.
Oh,
But we can talk about it
so
again.
we're not gonna.
No,
we're
I
gonna,
asked what you did
Oh
on Friday.
yeah, you did ask.
Yeah.
And well, I'm excited because I turned $100 into $1,300.
Nice,
So
dude. That's fucking
pretty
sick.
good. And then I lost a little bit of it, but
How much of it? 1,200?
Yeah. $1,200 out the trade.
At least you held some hundreds for a little bit.
Gosh, a little bit. So what are you gonna do like tomorrow? Are you gonna go out then?
I
Because that
think
is Halloween tomorrow.
tomorrow I'm gonna just hand out some candy to trick or treaters.
No one's coming to this apartment. Like, where are you gonna hand
Not
out
this apartment. I'm going to
Where are you
a
gonna
lady's
go?
place
Oh.
to hand out candy.
And
I don't. The weather's supposed to be horrible. It's supposed to be pouring rain.
Oh, good. Get those little motherfuckers like in the cars.
Okay, easy on the
Don't-
lovers. They're children.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, get the little Rugrats out of here. I'm not a fan of Halloween, so this is my Halloween history, real quick.
Okay.
First, so Ludwellville, you'll be. Just want to make sure
In the Lansing area, yeah.
Oh, okay. And by the way, I came into your house today. It was unlocked. Well, it was locked, but just because you lock it, I pushed it and the door opened. So there was no latch or anything.
It was locked, but the door opened. I don't think that's not an issue with my door. You're making this up.
No.
We've never had a problem like that with my door. Ever.
I shit you not. If you want to go to Brian's apartment,
Hey, take it easy, dude.
Right, there's a lot of people listening
Yeah.
to this. There's
What if
some
fucking neighbors listen to
tribes.
this? I don't know my neighbors. What if they listen to this?
Oh,
and they
fuck. They're
All
going to
right.
come in.
But anyway, continue.
Oh, damn. Yeah, so edit that out later or
Yeah.
something. Halloween. So, very religious family. I was never able to go trick-or-treating. I never went trick-or-treating.
You were never allowed to?
No. So, and it was just because, like I get it. So it's very religious, and
What does Halloween have to do with your religion?
well, so it's the dark arts. Remember?
And
and they're a real thing, the dark arts.
I know.
And so even though this is very
It's that black magic
yeah,
stuff.
and so
Yep.
it's very playful, and
Mhm.
nobody knows that. But when you're a kid, if you want to instill principles for life, you might want to just like make sure, be like, well, like you don't need to tell your kids like, well, this is all a joke and for fun, but there are ghosts and witches and demons. that'll fuck your shit up. And so to make that line, it's a little different. I'll probably do that with my kids. But
Your parents said you couldn't go trick-or-treating because there's ghosts and vampires and demons?
well, no, not like per se, but that's just like
But they don't support the worshiping of those
right.
creatures or
Yeah.
fake creatures. It's all
Right.
like.
But there are like
So what did you do at
demons.
school, like elementary school, when you guys had to like they brought in candy, you guys decorated the
We did-
classroom? Did you say
I did.
I can't
No.
I can't
so,
do this?
No. I was a part of that, and candy corn was my jam.
Never trick or treated.
So get this, I've never trick or treated, and I only started celebrating Halloween when I was like 22. I think was the first year, and it was like a costume party and like college. 22, yes.
Yeah.
That's when I was.
Did you
in
go trick or
college.
treating?
No, I didn't. But I will say so. During the summers, Mark Ducharme was really into dress up.
You don't need to use
characters.
people's first and last names.
I know, but shout out.
He'll appreciate the
Yeah,
shout out.
he will. And so he would have like costumes and goblins, and we'd go trick or treating
In the summer?
in like July. Yes, and we would
Mark
get
set that
candy.
up?
Yeah, Mark did. Yeah.
How people had candy at their houses?
Well, we would get random items, but yeah, I mean, it would be random candy.
What roads did you like? Asbury and Horvath. And stuff?
Horvath, Trip Hammer.
And you were 22 years old.
All those. No. This is when I was a kid. 13.
So you were allowed to do it in July. You just weren't allowed to do it on
Right.
the Black Sabbath, the Lord's
yes.
Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that about you.
I know. I knew you wouldn't know that. So
You knew. Wow.
You.
I didn't, and I'm
Eh,
shocked. I'm flabbergasted right now.
It's another layer that you're getting right.
I think you're making this all up.
No. I swear I wouldn't lie about
I
that.
have a documentary I recorded a few years ago on Halloween at Maggie's Halloween party, which was actually at the apartment next door, where I shot it as like a mockumentary, and I interviewed you. And
Yeah.
I said, tell me about a childhood Halloween memory.
I remember
And you did.
that.
So you lied?
No, if you play that back, I'm sure that memory is a good memory. And actually,
And I think the memory was you trick-or-treating.
no, it was not. The memory was probably so for family.
I'm going to pull up. That's going to be a part of this podcast is that
Yeah,
video. I'm going to
yeah.
insert it in for sure.
Well, yeah, definitely. Like copy and
Yeah,
paste, and like this will be it.
It'll
So what we did. So I'm sure your next question is, well, you didn't.
You don't know
trick
what
or
my
treat.
you don't know my next question.
Yeah, this is your next question. You didn't trick or treat, so what did you do?
So you're asking me to ask you that. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
so are you wearing anything underneath that costume?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not naked.
Okay.
I might be for segment 2 though. Segment 2, you
Don't
spice
make it
up.
weird.
Sorry.
Don't make it weird.
All right, yeah. All right, but
So, what did you do on Halloween?
instead, what we did is we would go out to dinner. And I shit you not, like we would leave the house. My dad hated the knockers and stuff, so we would just leave and go to dinner. And then when we came back, they would all be gone. So we would go to like Pizza Hut.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even making this up.
Okay. Yeah.
And we would have dinner and then go back. And that was my Halloween. Actually tomorrow night we're going out to dinner.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you? So you still don't
Still to
let
this day.
trick-or-treaters?
But now it's just about. I mean, he does not like trick or treaters.
Just because it's annoying, or because of the religious aspect of it? Still, both.
Probably both. I mean, we're not kids now.
Yeah.
But now it's the annoying aspect.
Can I take you trick or treating?
Um.
I'll go trick or treating with you
Really?
tonight. I hear a lot of people are doing it tonight because the weather's gonna be really bad tomorrow. It's gonna be raining.
Oh, okay. I have to think about that.
Is it making you nervous? Or
I'm a little nervous about it.
Well,
I
okay.
don't know if I want to it's been 32 years strong. Maybe I should just keep it.
So when we put Halloween and family Halloween and memories on the board there, you knew you were gonna drop a bomb on me by saying, "Oh, never done it."
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
I mean, did you do a lot of trick or treating?
trick or treated every year. I remember. Can I say a story?
Yeah, I think that's what this is.
So it was I was probably 8 years
Wait,
old.
should we go to a break first?
Yeah, let's go to a break.
No. We don't want to go to a break, but let me just say, like, that's how I feel when you say let's go to break. So you fuck with me and you do that.
Well, no, we actually should go to break. And when I come back, I want to talk about a Halloween memory that I had.
All right.
All right, cool. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. All right,
And
we
we're
are.
back, motherfuckers.
Wow, you threw me. We didn't plan that. We didn't talk about that.
No, you always do.
Now you're starting me off. I'm off now.
So
You
what's
threw off my
your
rhythm.
Halloween story?
Oh, thanks for asking. So yeah, I was 8 years old, and I grew up in Ithaca up until then, downtown Ithaca.
Yeah, let's cut it to the story. Oh wait, you were
It's
downtown?
backstory. Yeah, I lived up on West Hill. So anyway, I moved to Lansing.
Mm-hmm.
To go to this to move there to go to school. Anyway, whatever. We moved at 8 years old into a neighborhood up in Lansing, and usually every year my dad took my sister and I trick or treating up on West Hill.
Mhm.
It was a family thing that my dad enjoyed with us as young kids, taking us out.
That's
I remember
awesome.
some sick thing that happened is when we went trick or treating West Hill.
Gunshots?
This guy came out in a mask. And my dad and my neighbor's dad took us, all the kids, out and came out and scared the shit. Came running like, "Whoa!" And we all started sprinting. And I think even my dad and the other dad were running behind us as well.
Dude, that was a crackhead.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a dangerous area. But anyway, in Lansing, I didn't know any of the kids hardly in the Lansing school. I didn't have any friends. The neighbor was my age, and he was super popular. So all the kids from Lansing came to go trick-or-treating in our neighborhood. And
It's a good neighborhood.
it is a good neighborhood to trick-or-treat. So my dad is with my sister and I, and immediately all the kids come, and I'm excited because I'm going to trick-or-treat with all these people. I might make some friends.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we started, all the kids took off and came running, ran like bats out of hell.
Wow.
And I'm with my dad and my sister, and this was something I did with my dad. It was our thing.
Yeah.
You know, he took us but I also wanted to make friends. So I see the kids running all ahead, and I'm torn because I'm looking up at my dad, and I can see he sees, like, I want my son to make friends,
Wow.
but I also want him to
This is a
trick or treat
moment.
with me. And I was torn. I remember
You became a man? Is this a manhood story?
and I lost my virginity.
Holy shit. No. All right.
So
what happened?
So I look up, and I didn't want to leave him, but I also wanted to make friends. So I look up at him and just to be like, Dad, and he looked down at me and he said, "Go."
Go, son.
And he had a little twinkle in his eye. And I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Go."
Wow.
So
you're like a wounded duck.
I
That's like
I ran
God
up to
back.
join the kids, and that was when I left trick-or-treating with my dad to trick-or-treat with my friends every year.
Wow.
And that was the moment. So
Powerful memory.
yeah, these are the things that you missed.
Yeah, but I mean that alone is our content for the day. I mean that story.
Well,
that's all you have to do.
It was tough because, you know, that you have certain traditions that you have with your family, and this carries on throughout life.
Yeah.
That then switch to transition to memories you have with your friends or traditions you have with your friends.
Or your wife and your kids.
To then, older traditions you have with your own family. And it's tough. I mean, that stuff's going to carry through your entire life. And you start those transitions from a young age.
Wow.
And it's crazy to think my sister has her little daughter who's like 14 months old.
Yeah.
And
you're an uncle.
And I'm an uncle, and to think, you know, she's going to have the memories of taking, like, this Halloween is like her first Halloween. Her
That's
daughter's.
cute.
Well, her second, but the first one she was.
Is she
an
going to be a
infant.
pumpkin or something? You got to.
She's going to be an old lady.
Oh, wow.
She's going to have a walker because she can't walk yet, and she's going to have an old lady dress and, like, curly hair.
That's cute.
So that's going to be her first Halloween, and it's going to get better and better every year. And then my sister's going to go through the same thing of when her little daughter's going to just want to go off with her friends and do it.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, my mic was all screwed up. That's a good story. Wow, we have like different how Halloween meant nothing to me. And it's just like
and it changed my life.
It changed your life.
Yeah.
And after I don't know, I look forward mostly to Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So Halloween became, like, you first dipped into the Halloween pool. You dipped your toe into the dark arts.
Yeah.
When you were like 21, 22, and you went out to like parties and
costume parties, college and all that. And holy fuck. I mean, I just remember going to the clubs and obviously like girls wear nothing.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like
I loved it.
ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Damn, we're gonna sound like some weirdos right now.
Yeah,
But
come on, everyone
it's
knows.
just fucking crazy.
Girls
It's
use
too
it as an
much.
excuse to be slutty.
Yeah.
And I fully support that 100%.
Yeah. Well,
And what's crazy is the girls would cats, kittens, police. Guys would be like horrible, like penguins and
Yeah.
and like bananas. Like
Or no
totally
costume.
not. Guys don't try to be sexy on
No,
Halloween at all.
We can't. That's
I remember.
Are we gonna go out after this? We're
I'm kind of
dressed
getting amped up.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is your.
I'll go out for a drink after this.
Holy shit!
I'm not gonna stay out late
All right,
because I got to run tomorrow morning at 6:30.
Wow. Oh yeah, how's that going? You said you were like gonna.
I'm not done with the Halloween yet.
Oh yeah.
So I remember in college it was hilarious. These guys that I was friends with who lived in a different house. Everyone's house was like their tribe in college.
Yeah.
So a lot of houses would do like a group costume, and these guys dressed up as penguins. They were all penguins, and they all waddled around downtown. And I remember one of them got in a fight with a dude at the bar. And I had my eyes on it, and I'm watching the fight get started, and I'm seeing him dressed like a penguin.
Oh.
Bro, you serious? Step up. Step up, bro. Yeah, do something about it. And how ridiculous he looked. I think the other guy was probably like a banana or something.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
seeing these dudes get heated in each other's faces,
And they look
and they
ridiculous.
started fighting, and you're seeing this little penguin who can't absolutely look tough at all,
No, you're
dressed as a penguin. And just seeing them tussle around, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That's fun. That's fun.
Halloween
I like
is
that.
not a night to get in a fight.
No. Absolutely.
I mean, no night is a night to get in a fight. No one should be getting in
There's
fights.
some nights.
No, there's no night.
Well, not
No one should
now.
be getting in fights anymore.
No,
But
back in the day.
especially not on Halloween, and especially not if you're dressed like a penguin. You could maybe fight
True.
in something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And this, you could definitely tussle in.
No one's fighting me.
No.
I'm a
1920s
fucking
with a pocket
Southside
watch.
mob boss on the rise, about to take down the North.
Gosh. Well, I was just gonna say. I mean, some nights were good for fighting, but overall, I feel like
What nights were good for fighting? We're like
Like
who
when
hangs
you're-
up like, guys, this is it's 75 degrees outside, and it's
I don't
not
know when you're with your.
it's not humid. It's a good fighting night.
Well, when you're younger, I'm saying, and you're like, because we're talking about like everyone that's gonna listen is gonna remember their Halloweens right now. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, this and this night. Like I had plenty with even Fredonia going there and Cortland a couple times.
Yep.
Well, but my first Halloween, I didn't dress up, but like everyone else did. I was just getting.
Because you still were nervous.
I was like, yeah, I dipped the toe into it.
You're
There
still
was the
nervous.
parties, but so I went out, and it was when I drank like vodka and stuff. And so my house was a hockey house at a community college with people from Scranton, Vermont, and Ithaca. And we were all like misfits and, druggies, basically. Not druggies, but like, like I smoked marijuana.
Yeah,
And some
potties.
people- Yeah. But we went out together, and I just remember at the very end of the night, I looked back. It was like a block away, stragglers or whatever. You kind of dissipate between, blocks. So the house is right there where we live. I look back, and there's 3 of my roommates, and they're literally taking off a regular guy's screen door.
Why?
I have no idea, but
That's a fair question to
like
ask, though,
a
right?
legitimate screen door. They had a screwdriver and everything.
Like, oh, this was premeditated?
No, it was like on the porch. You never know. Like when you're wasted, shit just happens.
You should carry a screwdriver with you anyway. At all
They
times.
literally took this family's screen door off and carried it back to the house. I woke up
That's
the next
horrible.
morning, and we had a screen door. Like, I'm not even lying. It was fucked up.
Our thing in college,
That
what
was-
we would
that's
steal,
pretty
and I
juvenile.
think the statute of limitations is probably over on this. We had an agreement between us. Anytime we saw gnomes in someone's yard,
Oh, okay.
we had to steal them.
Really?
Yeah, I
How many gnomes?
I allegedly stole some gnomes.
Allegedly.
And we had quite a collection of gnomes in our living room. Because if we put them in front of the house, they're gonna know that we're the gnome thieves.
Yeah.
The gnome thieves, and we don't want. We're
Like the sticky bandits.
we're like the underworld. We want to be in the underworld of the gnome thievery.
Oh my gosh.
And we had a collection. We would arrange them in different ways and take pictures of them.
Jeez, this is awful.
Well,
I feel like this isn't true.
this is true. I have pictures.
This
Actually,
is
I could
true?
show you pictures. And we'd like have villages and tribes and
Holy fuck, this is fucked up.
and then this was around the time. Actually, this was before the movie Romeo and Juliet came out.
Oh, okay.
So we in college, group 6 guys, 22 years old, all went to the theater to go see Romeo and Juliet together. And
Holy
people
shit.
were uneasy
Yeah,
about it.
like why are these guys?
There's like families and stuff in there, and they're wondering why there's a bunch of guys.
I'm surprised you never got caught. Like you had your own FBI
No,
agent
still
that's
to
like
this day.
they're going to the movie. This is another like
I'm sure the local police department had a detective on the case, and I'm sure that I would just love to picture him having a board in front of him and just smoking a cigar, and someone comes to be like, "All right, Frank, what do you got?" He'd be like,
holy shit.
"I got nothing."
So I'll tell you one time I stole something and repercussions of that action.
Yeah, I would love to hear that.
So this was I was like 26, 27, living with my parents.
Oh, so this was just a few years ago. Well,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
still live with your parents.
I do live with my parents
Yeah.
currently, but
You don't need to preface anything in time like, "Oh, I was living with my."
right. But I had other like houses. Anyway, so yeah, one night I got wasted at Crossroads and I walked home, and this is about like a mile walk home, and I was on Armstrong. You know where Armstrong is?
Why did you take Armstrong? That's
I didn't want to be on the main road. You know,
a long. That's you're adding like an extra mile and a half to your walk.
You know, I was in shape then. So
Yeah, you could not make that.
no,
walk
I could
today.
not. Walk. So I make the walk. I'm fucking pissed drunk, and East Meadow. There's an apartment complex with the number like 1972. That's like the house number, and it's like this big thing in the grass. I picked that up and carried it home. The next morning, I'm in my basement. I wake up. I'm hungover. It was just a bad night, and
wow.
and my dad's over top of me, and he's just like, "What? Hey, what is this?" And I look to the right. In the bed is this huge sign, and like these signs, it's pretty big. I mean, because you see it from the road, they got to make it pretty big, and it's next to me, and there's dirt and like grass, and it's just like covered in my bed.
What does the sign say?
It's literally just the house number, 1972.
Oh, the house. Okay.
In a big box sign, and yeah, he.
Did he make you return it?
So yeah, he's like, "What is this?" And I told him.
How did you explain it?
I was hungover. I didn't even, that
Like, Dad, I
that
had to
foggy. Yeah, I was just like, it's not a big deal, whatever. I was trying to go back to bed.
I would be confused if I was your dad. Like, why did you take this?
I wanted to go back to bed, and he was not having it. He literally,
not.
it was like 7 a.m. Sun blazing already in the morning. He made me like return it.
Good.
And I left my car.
What were you doing by yourself walking that made you look over and be like,
I was
shit.
with like 2 other people.
"Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were by yourself."
I just thought it was funny.
So you were trying to get some laughs and be like, "Hey, I bet you think I won't
Yeah.
do this?
Well,
I'll fucking do it."
yeah, I mean,
I bet Mark was with you.
There's a couple people I don't want to incriminate. I think Mallinson actually too, or Spider. Oh, wait. So wait.
That's what Miller was talking about. My computer has a virus and it's saying
It's
something.
talking.
Let's
And
ignore it.
yeah, but it's a porn.
No.
What kind of virus do you get
Just a
on a
standard.
computer? If
Just
it's
a
not
standard-
porn.
Just your standard virus.
All right. So
It's just
Bobby's just got
Leave
a
it
little
alone.
porn virus, whatever.
No, it's not a porn virus.
Right, but it is.
I think
And-
I was like downloading a song.
So my car was at Crossroads still. So I actually walked to return it. And then
Did
I
anyone
think,
see you return it and you had to explain yourself?
No. I think he wanted me to. I think he wanted me to go.
And you were 26 or 27 and your dad
yeah,
you're a grown man.
Yeah.
You are a grown man and your dad makes you and your dad's
I
going to
think I was
make you like
25,
knock on the
but that
It doesn't
doesn't
make it
matter.
any better.
Right, but I was 25.
Okay.
Let's put me at 25.
Sure, you're 25
All right.
and your dad
Yeah.
makes you return something and almost makes you knock on the door and apologize.
Yeah.
That's something that like
you do when you're
9 year like my Halloween story.
like when
with
you
my
first
dad,
steal
that's
something.
like that's the age
when
that
you
you do
first,
that.
when
stuff.
you learn not to steal.
Yeah, not 25, dude.
Holy shit.
I mean,
Oh.
commit crimes when you're 25, that's fine, but you can't have your dad drive you back to the scene of the crime to make you apologize.
Yeah, well, it was his household still.
You gotta live by the rules.
You gotta live by the rules. All right, and on that let's regroup here.
You're back after a quick break. I wanted to start a new discussion, and I'm thinking about Halloween, scary things, stuff like you avoided when you were young, trick or treating, made me think about danger
Yeah.
and moments that we've been in danger. And I don't know if many of our viewers know, but about a little over a month ago, you getting scared?
Yeah.
A little over a month ago, Andy and I took a trip to Guatemala, and I want to talk about, our experience after we landed, the difference between what we went our separate way. We traveled all the way from.
Oh gosh.
Where do we fly? We flew out of New York, flew all the way together, had a wonderful time. I feel like you and I connected on a whole nother level, took our friendship to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time traveling together. And then when we landed in a country that we've never been to before, and it's not the safest country in the world.
No. Level 2.
We went our separate
There's a
ways.
risk.
Right after we
That is
landed
kinda
and went
weird.
through customs, we went our separate ways.
That's so weird.
And we had very different experiences from then on out. So I was hoping you could tell me what happened.
Gosh. To
Or
me,
tell the listeners what happened, how your travel went after that.
yeah. So in hindsight, looking at that, it's like so weird. Like, why'd we separate? Like, we're literally in a different
Your fault.
country.
My voice just cracked there. But
And-
your fault. Because I wanted you to come with me.
True. You did the typical like, okay.
I did. I was like, I don't support this at all, but you do what you got to do.
So we landed in Guatemala City, which is actually not.
Can
a
I
safe
actually
place.
preface? I want to give them a little backstory,
Oh, yeah.
and then because this will kind of it'll set it up a little better.
Yeah.
So I get off the plane. There's it's almost like we were the Backstreet Boys, and there's a whole crowd of people cheering like as we get to the airport because
Yes.
apparently that's the Guatemalan tradition is welcoming travelers.
Culture.
So I get off and see people like, yeah, and I'm like, holy shit. And there's a guy holding a sign up with my last name on it. It says Mulvey.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, holy shit. I thought this was like a group shuttle,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm being treated like a rock star. So this guy who speaks no Spanish,
No Spanish.
speaks no English.
That
Because
would
I
be-
see it, I'm like, yeah, me. That's me. He's like, yeah. We were like excited to see each other. And I was like, hi. He's like, ¿tú hablas español? I was like, no. ¿Tú hablas inglés? He's like, no. I was like, well, this is going to be fun.
Jeez.
Takes an hour and a half, a little over an hour to get to the Airbnb. And I get there and waiting for my friend Andy to arrive. Hasn't arrived, so I'm like, all right, whatever. Can't get a hold of him. So I meet up with some other friends. We go out to lunch and everything. Spend an hour and a half. Walk through
Damn.
the city.
Sounds like an awesome time.
I get back to the Airbnb. Still no Andy.
No.
And based on my calculations, 3.5 hours is way too long to take to get to the Airbnb. So now I got a little worried. And can you describe what happened?
Yeah, from at this point, so this was no joke. Once we landed, I exchanged some money and got about like 2,000 Quetzals.
Yeah.
Which is, they're a decent amount of money. Like I'm carrying some cash
It's
around
like
right
$200.
now. And before I planned on going with my cousin. My cousin I met at my brother's wedding, not for the first time, but just a month prior. And he was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm in LA. Like, me and my wife will go down there. We like to adventure. I'm like, perfect. I cleared it with John or whatever. Not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tell you guys, like in the group, he's got a family friend.
Because we kept saying, like, did you book the shuttle?
Yeah, I
Woody?
was
Did
like,
you book
nah.
the shuttle?
I was lazy. I was like, nah. And then I finally was like, yeah, my cousin can give me a ride. They have a ride, and we're good to go. Little did I know, they adventure backpack.
Mm-hmm.
So his wife, Martha, is from Mexico, and she speaks Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I figured this would be, like, safe, kind of how John did it, where you get a shuttle. Like, this is, touristy. You're fine. You're safe.
You're thinking that I was traveling that way, or you would be traveling that way with them?
Yes, the second. I would be traveling like that with them.
They said that they were didn't I? Okay, keep going.
So it was not like that at all. So I finally
You
met
did
them.
say though, when I said that doesn't sound safe, you said I want to experience Guatemala in the raw, natural way.
Yeah,
so
I
don't
did.
say
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a shuttle. You knew.
Right. And you're not supposed to really travel on some of those roads in Guatemala City. I don't know. It's safe, but so we meet Martha's friend. It's 2 friends removed from a cousin that she knew. which I thought it was like family, and it's not.
It's family.
It
she,
was not.
She had like met for the first.
Yeah, it was never
Yeah.
met her. So we get in this little Fiat or whatever, like 4 of us, and we're traveling in Guatemala for the first hour. Everything's okay. She's like, "Oh, you got to do this and that." Like there was a girlfriend that was there, and we drop her off first to a school. Never see her again. Then we go to a store with another person, and they're speaking in Spanish. Don't know what's going on. An hour and a half passes, and we go to her house, which was not. It was.
It wasn't.
poor.
It wasn't a very nice.
It
house.
was a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like you could just tell.
The whole city, Guatemala City, is like
Right,
a bad neighborhood.
but this was like dirt road,
This
like
was,
in the
yeah.
cut, like
Yeah,
not good, like. And like, so she's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna pick up my husband. Pick up her husband and her newborn baby." Okay, he starts to drive.
With like the baby in his hand.
No. She has the baby, and,
Okay.
and he's driving or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're in the back, and I'm frustrated at this point because like after all that traveling we did,
Yeah.
like it's like where the
It was
fuck
a
are we?
long time to travel.
And so, unbeknownst to me, we were basically kind of kidnapped for a little
Yeah.
bit.
You were ripping shots on the plane
Oh,
before we landed.
Yeah,
like-
there was a couple passing by.
Yeah.
And well, so it was just weird because he had 2 phones. He was on the phone with a friend the whole time, and he left it like on speakerphone so we could hear in the car and they could hear him. Meanwhile, Martha's like, "This isn't good." Like she's like, "This is uneasy." They're not. Oh, we'll just sorry about that. We basically where was I?
Yeah, that distracted you right there.
Yeah, the phone.
You said
phone
that
call.
I know you when you told me the story before. You guys were getting really nervous. And
Oh
you,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
said
So
they
Martha,
were like,
Martha was like, "This isn't good." They're speaking in Spanish, talking about a meeting point and stuff.
"Oh my god!"
And we have a meeting point that's not this meeting point. And so then she was like, "You know what? Just drop us off." And they're like, "No, we'll take you."
Oh my god!
And at this point, I threw my 2,000 quetzals in my sock because I couldn't put it up my butthole. I wanted to be discreet, so I put
you
it in
can't.
my
Yeah,
sock.
you can't.
I couldn't
discreetly put quetzals up
not
your butthole.
not in a Fiat.
in an SUV, yes.
Yes, an SUV you're
Yes.
getting there. But so I put it in my sock because I'm like, damn, like we're gonna get robbed. Like, is this gonna turn violent? And by the way, like there are plenty of AK-47s and semi-automatic rifles and shotguns that people are just carrying
Yeah.
as you pass by in the street. Did you notice that?
I don't think they had permits. I'm almost certain they
no,
weren't carrying
they're like
permits. with
they're
them.
like random people
Yeah.
in street clothes. So you see that down there, and we finally were like, hey, we gotta get out of here, and they're like, okay, and we passed where we were supposed to stop. And we're like, oh, and like they just kept driving.
Okay.
That happened like for another 5 minutes until we pretty much demanded it, and we were pretty much trying to like get out of the
Well,
door.
I remember I heard this story from them.
Fucking brutal.
And they said they were communicating with each other in the backseat, like typing stuff on their phone, like saying, "We got to get out of here."
They were.
And they said they didn't want you to see,
Yeah.
because they didn't want you to realize you guys were in danger.
Yeah.
And they said that you saw something, and you were like, look over, you're like, "Yes, I agree. Yes, we're on the same page."
Yeah, like we need to get out of here or whatever. And I was having such a good time, and like it's just like that culture sometimes. Like it's just like you never know, like where you are. You think you're safe, and then like the next thing you know, like
Yeah.
you're not.
And you know, my heart goes out to you because poor I worry about poor little innocent Andy, who's
I
never
was very
who's never
innocent.
traveled out of the country before outside of Canada.
And that's the first
And
time.
you had a lot of confidence. I would say you were overconfident.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good." I was even nervous when I thought it was they were renting a car and driving you. I was nervous about you with that. Little did I know that her family that she's never met,
Stranger.
your cousin who you don't know that well's wife's distant relatives in Guatemala City.
friend's friend.
Yeah, were driving you, and they switched drivers like 3 or 4 times.
Ugh.
And
Brutal.
I feared for your life. Would I have still had a good time whether you showed up to their Airbnb
Right.
or not? Probably, yeah, because we were. It was a vacation. I
The
wanted to have a
show
good time.
goes
Yeah.
on.
The show goes on.
Yes.
I love you, but I mean, if people are like, Andy never showed up, I'd be like,
We'll figure that
you
out.
serious? He
on
didn't
our
show up?
leave day.
yeah, I'm like, he didn't show up. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Is the welcome party? Is it an open bar or okay? Like it would have been like that. I would be like, fuck, shit.
Yeah.
Well,
So that was pretty dangerous to get back in the spooky Halloween mood. My first time out of the country, being borderline.
and you were
kidnapped.
dressed as an innocent, scared American. That was your
Yes,
costume.
That was my costume.
You do have innocent, scared eyes. Puppy dog eyes. I would say.
But you want to know what? Like, I use that to my ability, because if there's anything that I want, is I want you to think that I'm a scared American out of the country.
Oh, but you're not.
No, I'm
You're
far
brave.
from it. Ladies and gentlemen,
You're a brave.
I would dominate other nations.
You would dominate nations? How?
But you know what I
I
mean?
believe
Like,
you, but
yeah.
how? How
Yeah,
would
yeah.
you dominate nations?
So I would straight up what's that one movie, Taken and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, I would straight up go Taken mode and do what I had to do
Uh-huh.
to secure my security and freedom and my life.
So what if let's see how this could have gone.
Okay.
If they
I
okay.
thought about it. I was thinking
Fill me
about
in.
it.
Fill me in.
So at that point, I was like, I mean, I'm gonna have to get physical. This is really fucked up to say. This is a true thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of fucked up to say, but I'm gonna say it.
Oh boy. Okay.
Like, I was like, if he has a gun or a friend has a gun or whatever, like, I'm behind the wife, and I have no problem using her as a shield, a body shield.
Would you have put your hand around and like finger up to the head, be like,
Don't.
no, you shoot, I shoot.
Yeah,
You shoot, I shoot.
No, I just would have used her as a shield and then ran.
So you would instead of like this, you would have.
Yeah,
you would
I
have been
would've
behind
held
her.
and
what
I
if-
would have pushed her into him and then
but
tried to
you're
like
and
struggle.
all of this in a Fiat.
Well, if
Like you're.
no, because I would
Does it
have
give
got
you enough?
out.
You would. Okay. So he pulls a
Yeah.
gun. You get out. You
We all get out.
get out, and you.
And I quickly grabbed for
Were there
her.
back doors, or would you have had to push the forward seat down and go out the front door?
2-door.
That'd have been tough.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
a
we were
two-door
fucked.
car to get out, you're not getting
Yeah.
out easily.
So I was thinking that way, but I was also thinking like a very casual, just like you could take a little money, because I had a little money and I would
2,000 quetzels, yeah.
but I had it in my sock.
Just
but I
give
had
them
a
the
little
2,000
bit.
quetzels.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
$300.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna try and
Yeah.
die. For
I don't
that.
think you should have taken out that much money in the first place. That's a rookie move right there.
No,
you can
I mean, I
take out
spent
money
it all.
periodically. No, but you could start off by taking out 300 quetzels, then take out another 300 quetzels. You don't get all the money in your bank account just to carry around in your
Was that
pocket
a rookie
in a
forward
third world
move?
country.
Was that a forward?
Yeah.
Was that a rookie move? Okay, so
I took out like 200 quetzels at a time, which is like $25.
Right.
And that even made me nervous. Don't take out 2,000.
Well, lesson
Come on.
learned. Next time we go to Antigua, which Antigua was beautiful. That
yeah,
was a
Antigua,
different
Guatemala,
scene.
yeah.
I mean, that was cobblestone and
Beautiful city.
volcanoes. Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah. So I was a little scared, but we finally stopped at a gas station, and I asked Martha at that point. I'm like, "Are we safe here?" Because at that point we had to take an Uber, and it was
Yeah.
another hour back. Oh, so it was a little haul, but I came knocking on that door, and
And with a beautiful smile. And
yeah, I was ready to party. I'm here. And by the way, my phone didn't work for like a day and a half
Yeah.
until you casually told me like, oh, like you just got to change this mode, and like, oh, by the way, we have Wi-Fi. It's just like I'm not getting any of your texts for like a day.
you weren't. Yeah, you were a tough guy to. I felt like
Brutal.
Guatemala.
it.
I felt like it swallowed you up a little bit.
It spit me back
like
out
we didn't see much of you. We don't need to get into that.
as a pioneer.
Yeah, we didn't see much of you, and I felt like the city took you, not in a dangerous way, but like we were all there tourists. We're at Guatemala,
Yeah.
but you're in Guatemala.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
you were in.
Yeah.
You were a part of it.
I was. Yeah.
I didn't know
don't
if you would
how
come back with us. I didn't know. I thought I might be flying back alone.
I mean, it's a beautiful land. It's a place you can stay forever.
Yeah.
But I did come back. I
Yeah,
figured
you made it.
I
We
could
flew
go
back. Yeah.
Oh,
Great trip. Beautiful place.
so I was thinking this is how we're gonna name this podcast.
Okay.
It's Poor Man's Podcast.
Nope.
Which is fucking awesome.
It's not a good name.
Poor Man's Podcast is the name. Let me ask you a couple.
How
series
could
of
we be
questions.
Poor Man's Podcast if you had 2,000 quetzels that you're pulling out?
That
of your
is
ATM?
true.
Like, it's no big deal.
Whoop. Series of questions, yes or no, real quick. Are you rich?
Rich with money or rich with
Ooh.
like.
So when
Um,
anyone ever has to say that, ladies and gentlemen, the answer is no.
I
And
am comfortable.
yeah, I mean, yeah, same.
I'm poor. I'm
Yeah.
definitely. I don't have
Oh,
much money.
jeez, I didn't think I was gonna get that
Yeah,
out
no,
of you.
I don't have a lot of money.
All right, so I am, what's the word? Poverty stricken.
Which is incredible to me because
Yeah.
you don't pay any rent.
Right.
You live at home with your parents.
Right.
You make a decent wage, but you spend it all on like a watch or like AirPods.
I
Like
have
you,
some nice watches.
you spend like you're rich, but
I'm
you're not.
Yeah.
And if you would just
Like the
be a little
sweatshirt
more
I wore
financially responsible.
last
Like
week.
last week for the podcast, you showed up with 2 bottles of wine, a bottle of whiskey, all this stuff. It's like,
hundreds.
dude, bro, you just spent like over $100
Just on a little
just
nightcap.
Like
Fair enough. But
think-
so this is my point.
okay.
Is how are we gonna name it? Poor Man's Podcast. It's kind of like if you have a vacant house and a poor man just comes in and lives in it. Eventually, that's his house, and that's how the naming of this is gonna go. We're gonna have 4 more weeks, and at the end of the 4 weeks, if we don't have a name by then, by default, it's Poor Man's Podcast. And last week started as episode 1.
So, do you have any alternative options, or is that the only one?
No, because I already committed.
Should we have it something to do with the beaver, like the woodchuck?
I do like the beaver.
And we
I
can
do
have
like
a
the
double
beaver.
meaning of like how it's that, but also this like.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. Yeah, that was
What
that was easy. That was too
yeah.
easy.
What are some good sayings about like
low-hanging fruit.
woodchucks that could have a double meaning in life?
Oh, like
How
double-
much wood could a woodchuck chuck?
Ooh.
If a woodchuck could chuck.
But that's
wood?
just
that's
me.
a long. Why? What do you mean it's just?
Oh,
you?
I thought you were like because I'm wood.
Yeah,
woody.
don't roll away from
Oh
it.
yeah,
Get back in
gotta-
here.
yeah, get in this.
But it's not about you. It's about the woodchuck.
Right. Yeah.
Don't point your. Don't point that at me.
What?
Close
You
your
just,
legs.
you know,
Close your legs.
It's spandex.
Okay.
It's spandex.
Throw
yeah.
me some other names.
Sam and the other 2. Like,
Is
all
it-
about him?
What? Since when did his name become Sam?
Last episode. You never named him, so I named him.
But
And he's
Sam and the
he
other
listens
two.
to me now.
I don't like that either. Keep going.
Beverly
How about Beaver and the boys?
or Beaver Hill.
Beaver Hill.
Beaver Hill podcast,
Where's the hill come from?
like Beverly Hills, but Beaver Hill. We're gonna have
Bro,
to
I gotta say you're horrible at coming up with names.
What
yeah.
What's your ideas?
I don't really have any. I mean, we could just keep it
Okay.
Brian and Andy.
No, we
the,
got
the Brian and Andy.
we
show.
have to give our
or the
listeners
Andy.
more.
Do you want me to put your name first, or the Woody and
Now we're
the Woody,
talking.
the Woody and Brian show?
I like that. That's how you're gonna get me off this other name. Put my name before yours.
The Woody Show featuring Brian.
Yeah, done.
Let's we have some creative friends, and we'll keep working with this, see if people can help us come up with a name because I'm drawing a blank.
I am too.
How about we call it drawing a blank? Shooting
Dude.
shooting blanks.
Shooting blanks?
Shooting
I
blanks
like a
with Brian
lot
and
of
Andy.
those. Can I just say one other thing today that happened to me that was really just it bothered me.
Absolutely, but we're gonna take a quick break and get back to that in just a
Oh,
moment here.
fuck.
All right, we're back. Do you? I know I cut you off in the story again. Do you remember what the story was?
I do, but vaguely. Oh yeah. Okay.
So we can move on.
No. This is important. Fucking ridiculous. So I went to Kohl's to pay off my credit card. Yes, I have a Kohl's credit card.
I've never heard that sentence uttered by another man before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to Kohl's to pay off my credit. Are you in debt with Kohl's?
Not anymore. That's what we'll call
Did
this.
you-
Free from Kohl's debt.
That's it. I'm proud of you. So Kohl's was calling you.
Yeah. Oh, that's another little thing I want to talk about. So, like, Kohl's actually sells, like, Adidas and Nike and shit like that?
Yeah, they sell a lot of brands.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, well, they
It's a store.
I know, but they recently did that in the past 5 years. So let me tell you how Nike.
I doubt that.
No, I'm dead serious. So let me tell you how Nike works. Basically,
Yeah, please tell me.
you're gonna go into Kohl's and you're gonna get, like, you're looking for Nike. It's gonna be some very generic, not the best, hippest fashion of Nike, right?
Mhm.
But it's
Nike's
Nike.
holding out.
Yeah,
don't
they
wanna-
are,
They
at
don't want to give
Kohl's.
Kohl's their
That-
top
no, no.
stuff.
So-
You got to go to the Nike
right,
store.
No. Well, and
Okay, I'll let you-
And so that's pricey, but it's not that big of a deal. Then you go to Dick's Sporting Goods, and they carry some good stuff. The next line up is like a Macy's for a Nike. Then after that, you go to a Nike store.
So
and,
this is like a pyramid.
It really is, and this is how fashion works and how it, like, develops. And then you also have the outlets, which is like usually last year's or whatever, but it's still good. Oh, what'd you do? Okay,
Sorry.
don't do
All
that.
right. No.
So I guess I'm really I know where to get shit, right? All right, I'm the guy.
Bottom
that-
line, I know where to get shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
So Anyway, okay, back to Kohl's.
Yeah.
So I go in there. I owe them.
This is why you have so much debt with Kohl's is literally because of the story you just told me.
No. I got a couple things. Anyway, so I go in there. My balance with Kohl's. Would you like to guess what my balance is for the Kohl's?
Is it in the four figures?
No, it's not.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
$600.
Okay, so
This is why you're poor. You spend all that money at Kohl's. Save money.
Yeah, that I
save
don't have.
money. Yes.
I agree. So
you shouldn't be having debt with Kohl's. If you want to know how to be financially responsible and you make all this money and complain about being poor, don't have debt with Kohl's.
Hey, let me tell you something. I don't have debt with Kohl's.
You did have debt with
I did,
Kohl's.
but not now. So I owed them $306.65. $306.65.
Okay, I hear
I
you.
stand in line. I fucking go to the fucking front of the line.
Did you budge?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you're just next in line.
Yeah, next in line.
Don't be like I go to the. You
This
just were next in line.
This grandma calls me over. That's working at Kohl's at like noon, right?
Mhm.
This is her retirement job. I don't know what she's doing there, but she
Well,
says,
hey,
"No. Trust me. There's an investigation going on at this point. Seriously, because I get up there, I hand her $320,
Mhm.
and she gives me the receipt, and she goes, "Now it's $306.65. I give her $320. What do I get back, Brian Mulvey?"
$13.35.
Correct. Wow, that a boy. All right. So, but common sense, right? $13.35.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Here's $10.35."
Incorrect.
I go, no. And I'm like, 13, right? And then she looked at the thing that says 13,
Mm-hmm.
and she finally gives me that $3. So this is what.
This story better have a great.
Yeah.
ending,
Yeah. No, it does. Because bottom line, so that was good enough, right? I'm credit card free
No,
with Kohl's. It was good.
Keep going.
But I will say this. I am actively now on a stakeout for this grandma because I think it's a plan. I think she purposely takes $1 to $2 to $3 from everybody, and she is secretly making an enterprise from Kohl's. What do you think?
I'm also going to launch an investigation into this as well.
Yeah.
I think that cut the grandma some slack.
All right, fine, whatever. Oh,
I'm going to launch, but I'm going to
No,
launch.
fuck that.
I'm going to launch an investigation into why the fuck you are opening a line of credit with Kohl's.
They just asked me
Do you
one
have
day.
a credit card from a bank?
Yeah.
So,
I do.
So when a store,
I have 2 credit cards.
Target, Kohl's, the Gap, Old
Gap.
Navy, when they say, "Would you like to open up a line of credit with the store?" Everyone I know,
They say
no thanks.
No thanks. Okay.
You,
That day I was feeling frisky.
you go, what? And they say, "Would you like to open up a line of credit with the store?" And you say, "Are you asking everybody? Are you offering this to everybody?" And they probably say, No, just you." And you say,
Yeah.
"Give me the form right now. I'll
Yeah.
fill that out."
Oh yeah.
And you
There was no
then
one behind me that day either.
spend over $300
Yeah.
at places like Kohl's, thinking. And here's the thing: is
I've been a member since 2017.
You think that this is just like this? Oh, I have a line of credit. I can go on a shopping spree, and that's. I'm not trying to be your financial counselor,
Mm-hmm.
but that's how you rack up debt.
That's how you're bro.
Yeah, that's how you're poor.
Yeah. Well, not today. Now it's a full. Now that credit card.
But that $306 came out of your bank account that you paid it off with, so it's like you're
What-
now poorer.
Let me ask you a question. Do you want to go to Kohl's? It's on me.
Yeah.
It's free money.
Can we get some Nike shit?
Gosh. All right, we're done here. But that was my story, and
Yeah.
I'm pissed at that grandma.
Let's before we
fucked
record
me.
next time, tell these stories to me, and we'll see if they can get approved for actually
Right,
telling
yeah,
them on air.
yeah,
Because
I agree. Yeah, that last
yeah,
segment was.
that was
good,
rough.
though. That was good. Ooh, Jenna sent you a message from Bumble.
Let's open it up here. Let's read it live.
No,
No, give it to me.
No, you do not get to read this.
I should be able to read it.
Do you want to see a picture?
Yeah,
Oh wait, you have like bad fucking service.
bad Wi-Fi. Yeah, because I'm broke.
Yeah. Jeez. All right, there she goes.
All right. Have you already been talking to Jenna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
Take
she
me
says
through. Take me through the.
we'll save this for next episode next week.
No.
Because this is why I have to go. Because this is what she said to me. Cuddle time now.
Let me see.
I swear.
Let me see. Let me hold the phone.
You can see it.
I'm not going to say anything. Let me hold the phone.
No.
Let me hold
No, you don't get to hold it, but you get to see it. What does it say?
You said cuddle time now.
No.
Oh, you sent her a picture of your dog?
You see, this is why I did not want you.
Why did you
to
send her a
hold it
picture?
or see it?
So she didn't say cuddle time now. She was talking about you sent her a picture of your dog cuddling on the floor.
No,
and she was
that's
responding,
not what it is.
Cuddle time now. She
No,
wasn't
I said
inviting you over to come cuddle.
No. She's working. I said, you're almost done. She said, damn right. I sent her a picture of my dog. It says, Rudy says hi. She says, hi, Rudy. She's done with work. This is 3 hours later. She goes, cuddle time now. And if you knew what that meant.
Let me read
It
the.
means
I want
something
to
else.
see it in more context. How did you open up the conversation?
We've been talking for like 3 days.
Oh, nice. So
Jenna.
So she's at work.
She was. Now she's not.
And are you gonna try and meet up with her tonight? Are you gonna wear that outfit up?
I'm not. And she's from Rochester. So.
Oh, why are you talking to girls that are
That's not that
so?
far.
It's 2 hours away.
Yeah, you're right.
That's not something you quickly like. All right, I'll be right over. Don't drive. With Bumble or Tinder, I don't think you should travel more than 20 minutes because again, it makes you seem too desperate. Make her come travel to you, but you live at your parents' house. Never mind.
Yeah.
So
see how you wrap that up?
you're the traveling bumbler
I'm a traveling bumper.
because you have to go wherever they are.
I like it.
Should be the name of the podcast, the traveling bumbler.
I like that.
But it's just talking about you.
What's are you
Yeah,
getting
something's going on with the sound here. Let's take a quick break before we wrap it up.
the Wolverine suit is here to stay, ladies and gentlemen. Ow! Never do that.
Okay, so we're going to
Sorry, I
wrap
got
up
excited.
the episode now. I think a little bit of a shorter episode today. That was our Halloween episode, everybody. We want to wish all of you happy Halloween,
Happy Halloween.
safe trick-or-treating. We're going to go trick-or-treating tonight. I'm going to take Andy out for the first time.
Get a drink and then go to
and-
Kohl's.
Well, let's save Coles for another day.
Another day.
Tonight we're going to go get some candy. Happy Halloween, everybody. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We hope you keep listening. And please, we would like to
It'll
take
get better.
suggestions for the name of the podcast.
This is only our
Poor Man's
second
Podcast.
It's only our second episode.
Yeah, but we'll get there. And again, thanks everybody for listening. And that's it. That's a wrap.